Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This video will be my top 10 best movie of 2017. Now, for me, 2017 has been a pretty great year for movies. If you've seen my top 10 or top 8 worst, there's a few here and there that are not, so great. But overall, generally, this has been a good year for moviegoers like myself. Now, do keep in mind that this list is not about which movie is better. Like which movie was more well made, or maybe that movie I gave a lower ratings but it ranked higher on the list. It's not about that, but these are the movies that I feel like hit me the most. Like maybe I gave number 6 a 10 out of 10, but I gave number 5 a 8 or 9 out of 10. The reason because, yes, number 6 were a better film and was more well made and whatnot, better acted, better directed, but number 5, the reason why is ranked higher because it hit me. It had a bigger impact on me as a person, as a moviegoer. So yeah. Now before I get to my list, I do have a couple of honorable mentions. These are the movies that I really enjoy. Some of them I really love, but I just happen to have seen 10 movies that are better. And those honorable mentions are the Power Rangers movie, Mothers, It, Blade Runner 2049, Get Out, I, Tonya, and last but not least, Justice League. So those are the honorable mentions. Movie that I really enjoyed, but didn't quite make the list. So here we go, guys. Coming up at number 10, War for the Planet of the Apes. This is a perfect conclusion to the story of Caesar. I love this film. Some people complain that there's no real war, but I didn't mind that much. Like the movie it's not like the most action-packed movie of the year, but it's still very exciting because I care about these characters. Every time something very little, very big happened to them, I want them to succeed. And by them, I mean not just Caesar, but the orangutan and the girls that they found, and and he has a really compelling villain. I thought Matt Reeves did a great job directing this movie. It's a very intense, very personal journey of Caesar. And oh, speaking of Caesar, Andy Serkis, man, this guy is a master. The motion capture work of this movie is second to none. This and Blade Runner 2049 are the only 2 movies that I felt like deserve to win Best Visual Effect this year. At number 9, we have Wonder Woman. I fucking love this movie. I've been waiting for so long. When I saw her in Batman v Superman, I was like, more! Give me more! And finally DC, listened to us fan, and they gave us the Wonder Woman solo movie, and it's pretty damn good. Like Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot, they kill it this year. And I do feel like Patty Jenkins should at least get nominated for Best Director. And I love Steve Trevor, I love Diana, I love their relationship. A lot of things in this movie that make me tears up, and not just the emotional part, and those are really good as well. It's just the awesomeness of it. Like it's so awesome, and it's so comic booky, but yet it's so unique, and it's unlike anything I've seen. And the No Man's Land sequences, oh, take my fucking money. Coming up at number 8, we have a rather polarized movie, but I absolutely love it, and I love it even more the more I think about it. And I definitely would go see it again at least one more time in theater. That movie is Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Now, if you ask me, is it as good as Force Awakens? No. I gave Last Jedi 9, Force Awakens a 10. I feel like overall Force Awakens was a more cohesive movie, and a better paced movie, but that doesn't mean that Last Jedi is bad. Like, I've been hearing a lot of complaint, a lot of backlash from fans, I'm a Star Wars fan, and I love this movie. It has everything that you expected from a Star Wars movie, but it also gave you something really new, really unique, and I feel like at this point, we need that. You know, Star Wars need that to evolve into something for this generation. I love all the new character. Well, maybe not Rose, but they got another movie to fix that, you know. The casino planet was a bit unnecessary, and they could have done something better with that, but this Star Wars movie, it really hit me on a personal level. The callback from, you know, past movie are really well done. Like, it's not just callback for the sake of callback. You know, it's not like, oh, hey, look, that's the character that appeared. Like, oh, hey, look, that's the vehicle that appeared in, you know, the last movie. It felt very personal. It felt very, you know, purposeful. Coming up at number 7, we have Edgar Wright at his absolute best with Baby Driver. Baby Driver has got to be one of the best cinema experience I've had in a very, very long time. It is unlike anything I've ever seen before. The car chase are super exciting and probably one of the best I've ever seen. Performance-wise, they were all really good. I love the soundtrack. I love the romance. I love the drama. I love the action. I love everything about this movie. It's such a new direction that I feel like Hollywood is kind of lacking, and I wouldn't be surprised if this year or maybe 5-10 years from now we're gonna see a lot more movie like this. At number 6, we have Thor Ragnarok. To say that Thor Ragnarok is the best Thor movie, it's not really saying much, even though I really enjoyed the first 2 Thor movie. Not a lot of people, you know, remember the first 2 Thor movie. So saying it's the best Thor movie is not, like, it's not that big of a deal. But I can tell you that Thor Ragnarok is one of the best Marvel Cinematic Universe, one of the best superhero movie. It's just pure fun, you know, like, you just sit down, you just enjoy your time from the moment it starts to the very end. Chris Hemsworth was the best version of himself in this movie. He's funny, he's badass. I love Loki, I love this version of the Hulk. I thought Taika Waititi really killed it with the humor in this movie. It's a very different type of humor. It's something that you have never seen before in an MCU movie. And Korg. I love Korg. And I love Hela. I really did. I love Hela. I feel like we could have seen more of her, but what we got was very solid. And I just really love this movie. At number 5, we have a really great movie about the making of a really bad movie. And that movie is The Disaster Artist. I went into this movie expecting it to be funny. I expect a comedy. Because, like, you know, it's directed by James Franco. And, you know, he stars in it. There's Seth Rogen. Like, all these funny people. Like, it would make you think that it's a straight-up comedy, but it wasn't. This is one of the best drama that I've seen this year. James Franco, it could have been so easy for him to make fun of this, of The Room, of Tommy Wiseau, of, you know, just the making of The Room. But he found the right balance of humor and heart, and at time in this movie where I felt really emotional, like, there's one scene near the end of this movie that actually made me want to cry. It's not just about The Room, it's about the making of The Room and how that affected the people involved, how it affected Tommy, how it affected Greg, his best friend. And it's also a movie about friendship. It's also a movie about dreams and what you have to lose, what you have to go through, what you have to sacrifice in order to realize your dream. At number 4, we have Spider-Man Homecoming. This is the best Spider-Man movie ever made. Like, I could say that with confidence. It really feels like the filmmakers finally got this character right. Finally got his story right. The reason why Spider-Man is such a big sort of hero and role model for, like, kids and teenagers is because he is us. Like, his powers is the only thing that is different between Spider-Man and, you know, a normal teenager high school kid. Like, he has our same problem. He got homework to finish. He got a girl problem. He got all these problems. And, you know, when I watch this movie, there's so many things that I can relate to. You know, there's so many things that I remember, you know, from the comic books that I read. And it's just really cool that they actually cast teenagers to play Spider-Man. It's not a 20, 30 years old actors who, you know, without naming names, they were both really great at what they do. But Spider-Man is a kid, a teenage boy in high school, and we should keep it that way. At number 3, we have a little movie called Lady Bird. Now, Lady Bird is a directorial debut for Greta Gerwig, and she did a fantastic job. This movie is everything that every 18 years old experience at some point of their life. You may not, you know, relate to everything, but I'm confident that if you are 18s or, you know, older, you're gonna, you know, remember things that happened in this movie. You're gonna remember the same things that happened to you when you were 18s, like 90% of the time. This is a beautiful movie about a girl and her relationship with her mother. It's a beautiful story about growing up. It's a coming of age movie. And there's just so many things about this movie that spoke to me on a personal level. I love every single minute of it. I love the humor. Like, this is actually a pretty funny movie. One that didn't feel Oscar baity, didn't feel very like super depressing. You know, like one of those like Oscar movie that try to be so sad all the time. But this is not the case. This movie is very funny, very lighthearted, and, you know, it knows when to be dramatic, knows when to be heartfelt. And I thought that worked beautifully. And Saoirse Ronan was absolutely fantastic. At the number 2 spot, we have a movie with a similar tone to Lady Bird. A movie called The Big Sick. The Big Sick is kind of a biopic, but not really. I don't know why they didn't call it a biopic. The actors in this movie, Kumail Nanjiani, I think he played himself. And this is a story of him, you know, meeting his wife. And this is such a sweet movie. It's such a sweet movie. I can relate to this character at so many levels. Maybe because I'm an actor. Like, I wanted to be an actor. I want to move to LA. And, you know, my family, they've been very, you know, opposed to it. You know, they're not, like, the most supportive family when it's come to, you know, art and, you know, that kind of stuff. And in this story, Kumail, he trying to be a stand-up comedian. His family is super, like, religious and, you know, very old school, and they just want him to be a lawyer, doctor, you know, sound like someone I know. It's a very interesting way to portray that on the big screen. You know, they found a way to portray that is not offensive, that is truthful, and I really love the romantic aspect of this movie. I thought it was one of the better, like, romance that we've got. And similar to Lady Bird, this movie knows when to be sad and when to be, you know, humorous. This is a really funny movie. I laugh, like, pretty consistently. But when it's come to the more dramatic part, it's really, really heartfelt. Like, there are a couple of moments in this movie that really brought tears in my eye. It's just such a sweet movie about family and about, you know, pursuing your dreams and about love. And it's just such a sweet, sweet movie. Here you goes, y'all. The moment of truth. The number 1 movie. My favorite movie of 2017 is Logan. Logan came out earlier this year, and since then, no movie has topped it. Like, this movie is everything. Logan is a new bar of superhero storytelling. Is a new bar of, you know, comic book adaptation. It's not the most fun comic book movie you're going to see, but it is everything that I could have asked for Hugh Jackman for his final portrayal of this character. This movie is the movie for every Wolverine fans out there who's been feeling like the Wolverine that they got on the big screen is not quite the same Wolverine, quite the same Logan from the comic book page. Now this, you know, minus the iconic costume, this is everything, maybe like his height as well, you know, this is every bit as Wolverine as, let's say, Old Man Logan. This is a very personal journey of this character. I love Hugh Jackman. This is his best performance ever. Patrick Stewart, he should win an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. I love X-23. I love the villain. I love this fucking movie. And much like War for the Planet of the Apes, this is the perfect conclusion for this character. Everything that he's been through, everything that we have been through with him, you know, from good to bad to great to terrible, we've all been there with him and he's been there with us. And, you know, Logan is like the final punch. Like, it is the send-off. It is the perfect way to end an era. This movie is the end of an era. That's my top 10 best movie of 2017. In the comment section, let me know if you agree or disagree with my list. I feel like you're gonna disagree a lot more than you agree with, and that's fine with me. And let me know what movie you would include on this list. You know, obviously there's a lot of movies that I haven't seen. Movie like, you know, Dunkirk, Shape of Water, those movies I haven't seen. So if you feel like I'm leaving out, you know, those movies, I'm not. I just haven't seen them. If you enjoy my list, click the like button, subscribe to me. You want to see more videos like this. Once again, just want to say Happy New Year, guys. And with that being said, I'll see you soon.